I'm not ashamed to admit that I read all four Twilight books years ago, mostly because my girlfriend at the time was a Twilight, and also because I was curious to see why books about sparkling vampires were so popular worldwide. And I must say that I was pleasantly hooked to the flowing plot. When I finished reading the last book, I got a good sense of completion, and I wanted to see if this last movie in the series was going to be able to accomplish the same thing. And well, they certainly did. While I don't think this film is gonna be winning too many Academy Awards, it still fully takes the goal in being exactly what it was intended to be, a movie for Twilight fans first and foremost. Like many others, I was wondering how they were gonna be able to pull off part 2 of Breaking Dawn, given that there's no much action going on in the final parts of the book. But they clearly solved that with the tricky and very surprising twist at the end of the movie. I'm trying to avoid as many spoilers as I can, but I guess I can't help mentioning the bold movement on the producer's part of taking a mostly romantic movie and turning it into a horror flick in just a single snap of fingers. If their main goal was to shock the audience, they definitely got their job done. And speaking of horror, maybe the one gripe I have about this movie is what they did with the Renesmee character. I mean, I understand the limitations of technology, but putting Mackenzie Foy's face on all the body doubles playing Renesmee as she was growing up was just creepy. I don't think they did much of a good job with it, and the end result looked weird and unsettling. But like I said, that's just me, as I'm sure the special effects teams did the best they could. I just didn't feel it was good enough. As far as differences between the movie and the book, there are several of them. Most were minor, like Edward being the one who notes that he and Bella are the same temperature now, as opposed to Bella doing it in the book. But there were huge ones, like Alice being able to see the future of shapeshifters and hybrid vampires, something she was unable to do in the book. And if I'm not wrong, neither in the previous films of the series. I also felt that Nahuel's role was very downplayed in the movie, where he only shows up to prove that half human, half vampires can coexist with the rest of vampires peacefully, and that's it. When in the book he also appears as a possible rival to Jacob for Renesmee's affection in the future, something totally ignored in the movie. Especially with that final vision of Alice when it's a given that Renesmee and Jacob become a romantic couple in the future. But oh well, that's maybe me being a little of a twihard myself. All in all, it was a movie I enjoyed, and I felt it was a fitting end to the whole series. So, did you watch this movie? What did you think of it? Please leave me a comment in the section below, I'll really appreciate it.